how we ended up in the emergency room on our drive to the top of Pikes Peak. And stay tuned till the end of the video for tips and suggestions if you plan to drive to the top of Pikes Peak. First, there was my dad, who loves to fish. And then my mom, who really wanted to get to the top of Pikes Peak. 2 years ago, we had made a similar road trip, and the plan was to go to the summit of Pikes Peak. However, the train that had traveled to the top of the peak was already booked and we were unable to make the trip. So this year, my mom was determined we are taking the train to the top of the summit. However, the train had closed due to safety reasons and the train was not available. We get in the car and we drive to the peak. However, along the way, Dad spotted a beautiful lake and it happened to be free fishing in Colorado. We got our gear out and we're gonna go fishing. We are excited because the fish are being caught. However, it's not soon and we find ourselves in the emergency room to an accident with a fish hook and a finger. Emergency room in Woodland Park was very efficient and we were soon out. Mom had her finger taken care of, fish hook out. We were back on the road, driving to the summit of Pikes Peak again. And driving, as it is a long ways up, we finally make it to the top of the summit and we get to enjoy the beautiful views. My mom finally made it to the summit of Pikes Peak. Tips and suggestions based on our experience. You will be at higher elevations, so you will need a coat. It can get pretty cold and there's even snow, but there's definitely plenty of wind at those higher elevations. There are lots of hairpin turns, so you will want to allow at least 3 hours to get up, see the views, and to get back down. Since you are at the higher elevations, there is a chance of becoming lightheaded, so be prepared for that or take precautions as you're making the drive and spending time at the top. On some occasions, and at a certain point, you're not allowed to drive to the summit. You will have to stop, park, and take a shuttle. This really depends on how many people there are as to where they will stop you and when you will have to board the shuttle. The shuttle goes for 4 miles and is not too bad, and you get to make 14 new friends. Once you have reached the top, you'll want a camera so you can take your picture at the summit sign, and you may be lucky enough to meet one of the bikers that just spent 2.5 hours biking up the mountain. In addition, you will want to be on the lookout for a Bigfoot. There have been several sightings of Bigfoot in the Pikes Peak area, so make sure you have your eyes open, your binoculars on hand, and your camera ready. So in the end, my mom did make it to the summit of Pikes Peak, but my poor dad never got to cast his line in that beautiful lake for fishing. If you would like to follow us closer and support our work, be sure to visit our Patreon site. Look for the link in the description of the YouTube video. From our families to yours, a big hug, and we will see you on the next escapade.